Foreplay is an essential part of intimacy, and understanding how to explore and appreciate your partner's body can significantly enhance the experience for both of you. Here's a guide to making the most of this crucial aspect of your romantic encounters. My best foreplay advice would be understanding and exploring your partner's body. Men, like women, have sensitive areas besides their genitals, like their necks, insides of the thighs, maybe even nipples. Everyone is different. It's important to understand their specific comfort zones. Remember, for example, a penis isn't all about the tip. The sensitive parts may vary from the around the rim of the head, the corona, or the frenulum, the bit on the underside where the head meets the shaft. Also, understand the art of manual stimulation. Speed, technique, and hand placement are key. Don't assume faster means better. Slower might work better for some because it's more of a tease, and the sensation lasts longer. And just like women, men also need some form of lubrication to avoid discomfort. Also, depending on the guy, you may gently play with his balls or massage the area between the penis and the anus. Now for oral, keep it diverse. Use your tongue lots. Focus on the head, go around it, beneath the rim, everywhere. But maintain pressure balance. Too strong can cause discomfort. Too weak will not be satisfactory. Communication is key. Ask him what he wants, what feels fantastic, what he doesn't like. Always strive to make it a safe and enjoyable experience for both of you. Also, the guy should also focus on his partner's body, intimate areas, and pleasure. Foreplay should always be about mutual pleasure. This means paying attention to your partner's reactions, comfort levels, and pleasure. Both genders are sensitive and crave connection. Do unto him as you would do unto you. Spend more time on it than you think. It's easy to get eager and jump right into the main act, but taking time on foreplay can lead to a much more enjoyable experience for both parties. It's about building anticipation and getting each other closer to the edge. Plus, it can alleviate some of the pressure to last super long during the main act. Each individual's preference may vary, but generally, investing more time in foreplay can be beneficial for everyone, and a bit of teasing can definitely go a long way. If you're performing oral on someone and get a hair in your mouth, discreetly lick an area of their body that's hair-free to get rid of it. Make sure your partner is comfortable and wants what you're about to do. Pay attention to their reactions, verbal and nonverbal, wake them up gently, caress them, make the whole experience about them. Also, never underestimate the power of oral, but be sure they are okay with it, especially if they're asleep. Foreplay is about prepping each other for sex. It needs to be pleasurable and exciting for both and shows respect and care for each other's boundaries and needs. So basically, communicate, experiment, and prioritize their comfort and pleasure. Neck kisses. Specifically, enjoy getting your partner aroused by kissing her neck, gently teasing her nipples with one hand and stimulating her clit with the other. Open communication and be direct about what you want rather than being subtle. Guide your partner's hands to show them what you like and be patient with them. You may stick your tongue inside her ear, but this might not be for everyone. Loaded neck and back kisses are popular too, which seems to work for many people. It's all about finding what works for you and your partner, and it can be different for everyone. Start with a flat tongue during oral stimulation as opposed to a pointed one, which might feel too intense. It's all about being attentive and responsive to your partner's reactions. Switch up the rhythm and make the experience varied and dynamic. Humming during the act is also recommended as it can produce subtle, pleasing vibrations. But of course, cleanliness and hygiene are critical, so make sure to clean up after the session to avoid any discomfort or possible infections. Lastly, lightheartedness and a sense of humor can also make the experience more relaxed and enjoyable. Ensure that you smell good. It's surprising how much of a difference a pleasing scent can make. Additionally, pacing is crucial, meaning don't rush straight to the sexual zones. Try spending time exploring less obvious areas like the neck, shoulder, collarbone, the small of the back, or behind the neck. It's about fostering a connection and making your partner feel valued and desired. Also, remember to wash yourself regularly. If a ticklish spot causes trouble, try light fingertip touches instead. And make sure you genuinely care about the person you're with. Don't just aim to get something in return or see it as a quick step to the main event. Investing time and effort to keep your partner in a state of bliss is the real deal. This applies regardless of your gender or your partner's. Make it about them, and you'll elevate the whole experience. Start easy with closed-mouth kisses and work your way up from there. Nobody is a fan of slobbering all over their face right at the start. It's the slow, passionate kisses that can really set the mood. Also, tongues should lightly swipe across lips, not try to reach down someone's throat. Hugs or gentle grips on an upper or lower lip can be incredibly sexy. Just remember to keep things enjoyable and comfortable for both parties involved. Communication is key. Brushing your teeth and a good mouthwash like Listerine can make a world of a difference taste-wise, though it's important to rinse thoroughly after mouthwash since it could potentially interfere with her pH balance if it's not removed properly. It's important to note, however, to be gentle while brushing beforehand, as it could potentially potentially lead to microcuts in your gums. Lastly, thoroughly washing your hands with soap and water, not sanitizer, is a crucial step, as clean hands also matter in foreplay. While some of these measures might seem over the top, being healthy and considerate of your partner can potentially enhance the experience for both parties. Foreplay should be fun, and laughter can be a great icebreaker. It's important to start gently, akin to a butterfly's touch, and gradually increase intensity. Also, it's been stressed to not go gung-ho down there straight away, but take time for some non-sexual touching, caressing, and mental stimulation to build it up. And don't forget the location of the clit. That can save you some embarrassing moments. Lastly, always remember, every partner is different, so always approach with patience and attentiveness to the unique preferences of your partner. It's all about creating a comfortable setting. Just like adjusting your keyboard correctly can reduce the chance of carpal tunnel, setting the mood and ensuring your partner is comfortable can enhance the entire experience. The top tip here would be to make her feel desired and sexy. A key part of foreplay is communicating how much you want her. Treat her like she's the most attractive woman in the world and let her know it. Compliment her, cherish her body, and reassure her about any insecurities she might have. And remember, communication is the deal maker. Let her know what you feel about her, her body, and how much you enjoy the intimacy. In terms of foreplay, different people have different preferences, but a couple of tips seem to be pretty universal. Dudes, don't forget to pay attention to her nipples and take a journey downtown if you catch my drift. It's also a must to engage in a lot of kissing and making out. Ladies, it seems that guys appreciate when you engage and, well, reciprocate. But remember, everyone's different, so what works for one person might not work for another. Communication is key. Make sure she's fully ready. The playful comparison made here is when you put your hand between her legs and it feels similar to, say, feeding a horse. That's when you know she's really into it. It's all about ensuring both partners are comfortable and excited. I'd say take that advice with a grain of humor and a side of obvious consent. Make sure you're both on the same page and then just enjoy the moment. Knowing what they enjoy and incorporating it into your intimate sessions can significantly enhance their experiences. For instance, some people enjoy a bit of rough play, like being flipped around, while others prefer something gentle, like a sensual massage. Also, don't underestimate the power of a comfortable setting, even if it's a twin bed. Finally, the comments remind us that humor and lightheartedness can also be a great part of foreplay, as long as all actions are consensual. Get creative with roleplay. For instance, you could pretend to be a wizard, complete with robe and magic rod. It's all about immersing yourself in the scenario and making it fun. A little laughter can definitely add to the intimacy. However, everyone's different, so it's important to communicate and only carry out actions that both parties are comfortable with. Kissing along the jaw before moving down to the neck can be really effective. Beards, though, can be a game changer, so this might work differently for different people. And for many girls, that little spot inside the triangle of the jaw, neck, and ear can be a real sweet spot. It's all about reading your partner's reactions. Skin stroking. It's about lightly feeling your way around her body with your fingertips, exploring and observing her reactions. Focus especially on places like the side of her breasts, inside of her thighs, down her spine, and even her scalp and ears. It feels really great and can leave her wanting more. Just make sure to be natural about it. And hey, if you're a guitarist, be careful, as your left-hand fingertips might be a bit rough. One word: enthusiasm. Guys love it when they feel reciprocation of the attention they give to you. It's not about being on top or how long you're going down on him, it's about how you do it. Show excitement, ride him like he's the last train home, and don't hesitate to ask what he likes. If you're worried about tiring out too quickly or performing better during oral or hand jobs, remember to relax and take your time. There's no need to rush. Change your pace, position, technique, and even how much pressure you apply. It's not just about being faster or harder. If you need a break from giving oral, use that moment to lick, kiss, or stroke him gently and flirtatiously ask if he's ready for more or if he wants to escalate things. Do not overlook the breasts. They're often underappreciated in foreplay, and that can be a significant missed opportunity. Many people find touching and close attention there to be quite enjoyable. They're a lot more fun to play with than you might think. So yeah, don't forget the boobs. They're like puppies waiting to be petted. A great foreplay tip could be starting with gentle kisses on her knee and slowly moving up her inner thigh. This slow and anticipatory touch can really set the mood. However, be careful not to blow air directly into her vagina, as there can be rare cases of health issues. A gentle breath onto the skin could be enough to excite her, though. It all comes down to each individual's preferences and what she enjoys during this intimate moment. But keep it fun, and maybe even include some lighthearted roleplay. Kissing well is an absolute must. Also, never underestimate the power of a good tease. It can be a game changer if your partner is so into it they start grinding their hips. This advice works no matter who your partner is. Remember, guys aren't like a switch that you flip instantaneously. Sometimes it takes a minute to switch gears from work mode. So rather than trying to forcefully get a guy hard, try some light caressing and touching. Interestingly, while some men enjoy heavy suction, there are others who find it too much. It's crucial to ask your partner about their preferences, as what works for one might not work for another. Pro tip: a guy is like a switch and a girl is like a dial. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. Focus on finding the parts that make your partner tick. Like for women, that might be the clit. Now stick with me here. The key is to keep at it no matter what. It might seem boring, repeating the same thing, but trust me, your partner appreciates it. If it's causing you discomfort, you can try building your stamina by eating Jell-O or pudding cups without a spoon, kind of like a workout. Most importantly though, show that you're enjoying it. Eagerness goes a long way. It's all about the build-up. Give a loud cue prior, hinting your partner what's coming. Always ensure that your actions are smooth and consistent to make the experience enjoyable. Remember to start with big gestures before moving on to smaller, detailed ones for better satisfaction. And ultimately, aim for the best outcome, a home run, so to say. Always seek consent and be aware of your partner's comfort zone before trying anything new or adventurous during foreplay. Missteps can lead to awkwardness and end an intimate moment abruptly. Touch, kisses, verbal communication, and even a sense of humor can enhance the experience. Also, Chris Rock's quote, "Just because he came doesn't mean you made him come," underlines the importance of fulfilling not just physical, but also emotional needs. Essentially, foreplay should be fun, enjoyable, and not just seen as a prelude to the main event. As Dave Chappelle said, "Don't talk so much. It's about showing, not telling." It's crucial to keep things mix of fun and sexy. First off, don't forget about oral hygiene. Brush your teeth. Get your chores sorted too. Yeah, even the recycling part. It keeps the mind clear and free. Then, slowly move things to the bedroom. Be playful. Even a little clumsy while undressing can be endearing. Finally, keep in mind it's all about quality, not quantity. 2 minutes in heaven is better than 1 minute in heaven. Remember, the key here is to enjoy the moment and not to rush things. Don't just limit yourself to physical touch. Flirting or building up tension through your words and thoughts can be super stimulating. It could be subtle or explicit, depending on what you're both comfortable with. Remember, the brain is one of the most powerful erogenous zones. And one of my best foreplay tips comes straight from Game of Thrones, courtesy of Tormund Giantsbane. It's all about taking your time. Don't rush into things. Hold off until she's fully ready and then go slowly. Patience, my friend, is the key. Consider starting with a foot massage, especially if she's had a long day on her feet. Just make sure you get your technique down and remember, no tickling. Take it slow. When performing oral on a woman, go for intense anticipation. Start by kissing and licking around her inner thighs and groin, not immediately jumping to her private parts. When you change sides, lightly blow on the clit for a little added stimulation, then go back to teasing. Remember, it's important to gradually build up to focusing on her clit, as most women can't handle direct stimulation too quickly. Focus on building a connection and getting to know your partner's body well. It's been compared to finding and entertaining the little man in the canoe. Spend the time creating a comfortable and pleasurable atmosphere, taking the time to explore and engage with your partner. Foreplay isn't just a race to the main event, it's a journey, and the quest item is proper connection and satisfaction. Communicate openly with your partner about what they enjoy, even if that means discussing Civ 5, StarCraft 2, or 4chan debates. But remember, this isn't just about hobbies. It's about making sure they're comfortable and enjoying every experience with you. It's not cool to just lay there like a starfish. And remember, when it comes to things like using teeth, always make sure your partner is comfortable with it. Communication is vital. Gently massage rather than rubbing the vulva. And remember not to lift your fingers or drag them across the skin. If they're not into something, like oral for example, don't keep going hoping it'll get better. Mix it up, move on to something else. It's all about making sure they are enjoying everything as much as you are. Definitely utilize eye contact. There's something incredibly sensual about a flirty, longing gaze. Involve a bit of playful mystery with a sexy scarf dance. It adds a touch of fun and intrigue. And yes, it does lead to some enjoyable moments later. Trust me, I'm speaking from a guy's perspective here. Genuinely love giving oral. When you truly engage and enjoy it, your partner will too. It's not merely a stepping stone to sex, but rather a sensual way to explore and connect. Plus, if your partner finishes first, they probably won't mind what happens next. So don't rush through it, take your time, and savor the experience. Use the come here motion. It heightens the intimacy and really helps to set the mood. Start by shaving and giving your nails not just a good cut, but also a file and clean. Lastly, don't forget to freshen up your privates. It helps your partner feel safe and less worried about potential infections. Little efforts go a long way towards a pleasing experience. Just make sure she's relaxed. Give her a massage, set a calm mood with candles, and create a chilled out environment. This should help clear her mind and make everything more enjoyable. Trust me, these moves really do make a difference. Ensure your partner is fully satisfied before penetration. This might mean making sure she orgasms through foreplay. However, it also means doing a slick test to check if additional lube is needed. Uncomfortable sex is no fun. It's also important to communicate because every person and their preferences are different. Some women might prefer orgasming through oral, while others like the experience of orgasm during penetration. The key is to learn what your partner enjoys. One unusual but interesting tip I've come across is using fruit such as a grapefruit in a playful and sensual way. Just make sure your partner is comfortable with it. Use additional lubrication as needed, but remember to go slow and let her guide you. She may also want to lead the way as she nears her climax, and it's important to allow that to happen. happen. All in all, be patient and focus on creating a pleasurable experience for her. Spice things up by trying to talk dirty in a different language. It might not translate perfectly, but it can be a fun and memorable experience. From a saucy bit of Italian to some quirky French phrases, it can lead to a lot of laughter and an even better connection with your partner, even if it ends up meaning something totally off the mark like titty croissant. As one comment said, it's totally worth it. For guys, I always suggest keeping your nails trim and clean. It's a small detail that makes a big difference in foreplay. Try some playful wrestling or a tickling match to build tension. By sweeping the leg, you get close and physical in a fun, lighthearted way, mixing playfulness with the start of more intimate contact. You'd be surprised how this kind of fun can lead on to more passionate foreplay. For guys, try to spell her name with your tongue as you go down on her. It keeps things interesting and adds a personal touch. Ladies, even if oral isn't your thing, don't act like it's a burden. Your partner really enjoys it. But guys, make sure you're spelling the right name here. It's all about keeping things creative and maintaining a positive attitude about the experience. Now, this doesn't mean doing anything weird with Jolly Ranchers. It just means keeping the mood light and playful. Keep it passionate but fun. It could be a laugh or it could make you cringe, but in the end, it's all about the connection and shared experiences. And remember, communication is key. You don't want any unexpected surprises. Try using a blindfold. It can heighten your partner's senses and make the experience even more pleasurable. Just remember to throw some fun and surprises in there. Read her body. Pay attention to how she's reacting, like the times she squirms or moves a part of her body closer to you. These are big clues about what she likes. And take your time. There's no rush. You'll notice better results if you move slowly, alternating between what mildly turns her on and what drives her crazy. More importantly, when you find something she enjoys, don't quit. Stick with it and see how you can progress further until she signals you to do otherwise. Reading cues and reactions from your partner is the key. You'll know you're doing it right when she can't wait to get more intimate. Ignore the foreplay tips you often see in women's magazines. They can be a bit off the mark. Spontaneity is great, but planning could help increase the performance anxiety and make things last longer. You might also consider seeing a sex therapist or even introducing some equipment like a Hitachi magic wand to change things up. Apart from these, reminding her that you're attracted to all parts of her may help ease some insecurities she might have. Most importantly, you both need to address whatever issue lies at the heart of this because your wife might need some external help to deal with it. Prepare both physically and mentally. This could include ensuring privacy by using an incognito browser for any explicit content you might want to explore, and also taking care of your skin with a quality lotion like Lubriderm. After that, you should be good to go. Make sure you're doing it, because not everyone gets the memo. Just pulling someone onto you isn't enough to set the mood, you know? Try this magic trick. Spell out the letters of the alphabet on her clit with your tongue. You can even spell out fun words or sentences. I swear, it's dynamite every time. Plus, once you get to this point, proceeding further generally isn't much of a challenge. Helping out around the house and giving more attention to the kids can really set the mood. Not everyone's cup of tea, but it works like a charm for me. Foreplay is not just about the physical stuff, it's how you connect mentally too. So if you're having a chat with your partner before getting into action, make it a bit flirty. Get them thinking about what's coming. If you know what makes them tick, use it to your advantage. You can start the teasing hours before. Trust me, you'll see fireworks. Unleash your inner beast. In a respectful, consenting way, of course. Use a peach to practice. It's a good way to learn finesse and technique. Feel like spicing things up? Try a counterclockwise swirl. Just remember, beware of what's on your hand first. Yo, if you've got long locks, ask your guy to hold them back when you're giving him oral. It's a cool way to involve him more. He might use that to guide you, and it's pretty sexy too. And don't forget about the balls. They love a little gentle play, like massaging or licking. Ponytails, buns, or braids can make the hair handling easier for him. Investing in a vibrator can really spice things up. One fun tip for foreplay could involve peanut butter. You can practice your endurance by seeing how long you can keep licking it out of the jar. Definitely adds an interesting and fun twist. Just make sure your partner is not allergic to nuts. A top foreplay tips has got to be using ice. Just pop it in your mouth and explore your partner's body with it. It's a game changer. As crazy as it sounds, it's kind of like golf. Aim for success, but don't stress when it doesn't happen right away. And hey, stay active. It's not only healthy, but can also create more of an intimate experience. While it sounds extreme, I believe breaking your arms is a metaphorical way of saying it's important to let your partner take the lead sometimes. It's all about balance and giving each other the chance to take initiative. It's always a good idea to make sure you have a partner sorted out before jumping into foreplay. Try lightly blowing on your partner's neck during intimate moments. I tried this with my ex and she absolutely loved it, referred to the sensation as melting tickles. She even said it made her melt like butter. This might not work for everyone, but hey, you might uncover a new kink, just like I discovered mine. The sound of her reacting to it. Try a little rear exploration with a pinky finger. Definitely remember to thoroughly clean your hands and mouth after eating super spicy food like hot wings. You don't want to learn the importance of this the hard way during foreplay. Enjoying a drink together can definitely help to loosen up and create a more relaxed atmosphere. However, keep in mind that consent and communication are key in any situation. Enjoy a shot or two of tequila. It helps to lighten the mood and potentially lower any barriers or insecurities. And remember, size doesn't always matter. If your girl is the shy type, a little friendly teasing might be in order. Not too much, but maybe get a bit assertive with it. She might be into that bit of subtle dominance. Spoiling your partner with gifts and showing your financial stability can be a form of seduction to some. Placing a pillow under the hips can really enhance the experience. It's definitely a tip to try. In conclusion, foreplay is an essential aspect of sexual intimacy that enhances the overall experience for both partners. Understanding and exploring each other's bodies, communicating openly about preferences, and paying attention to verbal and nonverbal cues are crucial components. Remember, everyone's preferences are different, so experimentation and communication are key. Prioritize your partner's comfort and desires, and always approach foreplay with care, respect, and a sense of fun. If you liked these tips about life, you can get more on the channel, so consider subscribing.